Hello and welcome back to this channel. If you are a new subscriber, I'm so glad that you're here, and if you're a returning subscriber, it's always a pleasure to have you. Ever heard of the 80-20 rule or the Pareto Principle? This is like an economic thing where they say that 20% of the people actually do 80% of the work. Do you actually relate to that? Or 20% of the people in your country own 80% of the money or the assets. 20% of the people in this nation or the nation that you're in make 80% of the decisions. So what happens to the 80%? This principle is actually telling us that there is 100%, but just 20% contributes to a bigger picture. In your relationship, do you know that this actually works? Do you relate? Think about it. 20% of the things that you have done have actually either caused your relationship to thrive, to be happy, or made your relationship break or go through a rough patch. Maybe, for example, your partner may have cheated on you, and because of that thing that they did, your relationship fell apart. You don't trust them, you don't care about them, you don't believe whatever they say, you're always suspicious. And yet they do everything else right. They still gift you, they still love you, they still care about you, they're still trying to be honest. They only made one single mistake that messed up the entire thing. So the Pareto Principle, the 80-20 rule, actually works in our relationships. Speaking of relationships, no one is perfect. Maybe the very first times you're trying to get it to get this person to like you, or you're just falling in love, or your first years of marriage, everything seems to be pretty perfect. For instance, he loves you, he does everything for you, he listens to you, you actually respect them. But as time goes on, it all gets boring and whatever. Do you want tea? Go get yourself that cup of tea. Do you want something? I think you have legs, I think you have arms, I think you're able. Please go do it yourself. That's the kind of attitude you carry, because sort of the mistakes that they have, the flaws they have, begin to amplify, and you realize, we are actually not 100% compatible. Then it hits you. I think her legs are not the best, or I just don't like his teeth. But before, you were blinded by love, which is okay. It's very okay. No one is perfect, and so is your partner. Your partner is not perfect. Your friends are not perfect. Your husband or your wife is definitely not perfect. So there's going to be a time when these flaws are really, really there, and you can't run away from them. How do we apply the 80-20 rule in our relationship? You're going to say, for the 80th time, can you just put the damn socks in the right place? Or is this where we leave the cup? There's little things that your partner will do that will piss you off. You keep reminding them, they forget very important things. If you're a lady, you do your hair and they don't even notice that you have done your hair. You have put a different shade of lipstick or painted your nails a different color, and it's business as usual. In his eyes, he doesn't notice. And yet for you, it's, you keep piling those small things and they irritate you and you want to explode. Remember, 80% of the frustrations in your relationship, in your marriage, are actually caused by 20% of some actions, 20% of problems. So your partner could forget to compliment you each time you change a new hairstyle, or you ace it at work, and damn, that actually can create a whole atomic bomb that messes up your relationship. So how are we going to get out of this picture? How are we going to prevent the 20% from messing up the 80%? Or how are we going to use the 20% to make the 80% of our relationship or marriage a beautiful one? Have a discussion and actually think through whatever is happening in your marriage, in your relationship. Talk about it, express yourselves. You'll realize that maybe the reason as to why you're irritated is because you have never forgiven him for the thing that he did like 2 years ago. Maybe he cheated on you. Maybe he slapped you at one point. Or maybe she was not open about a certain thing and you didn't actually have a conversation. You didn't get closure over that particular incident, and you're still carrying that in your heart, and that is actually causing different actions that are messing up your beautiful relationship or your beautiful marriage. When you have this conversation, ask the tough questions. Say what it is the way it is. Let it out. Let out that 20% so that you don't mess up your beautiful 80%. After having that conversation, you realize that, oh my God, now I feel a heaviness has left my chest. And the next time he tells you, honey, could you pass me the soap? Your response is not going to be like, do you have legs? No, you'll just say, right away, my dear, let me bring it. Or when she says, honey, could you drop by a specific supermarket and buy me this specific yogurt? My pleasure. Right away, you will bring it. It's not going to be I forgot or it doesn't really matter. You will highly esteem them because you sorted the root cause of the problem. Well, I hope you liked this. I hope it benefited you. Please let me know in the comment section and share this amazing video with your friends, your family, your in-laws, everyone that you care about. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell notification for more beautiful content like this. See you in the next video.